and now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my head.
A walk down Main Street, effortless for most people in this quiet California town, but for Nannette Klatt, a simple stroll can be a frightening experience.
I have tunnel vision, and tunnel vision is like seeing through two straws. I can see directly forward, nothing to the top, nothing to the sides, nothing to the bottom.
Nannette is legally blind. She can see, but not well enough to drive a vehicle. She makes her way around the rural community of Quartz Hill with the help of friends and a special Doberman pinscher named Kelly.
Kelly. Kelly takes me everywhere safely where I need to go. I get there in one piece with her.
But Nannette has found that the loss of one gift can open doors to another.
All my other senses are heightened. I really can hear through brick walls. My intuition is very heightened, and listening to it has really changed my life.
On a spring day in 2002, while on a country drive with a friend, Nannette felt a strange and powerful urge to pull over.
Well, I was drawn in by these horses out in this pasture. I don't think I have ever in my life gone up to strangers' property, but I had this overwhelming feeling I needed to do that. I mean, horses, I love with a passion. Always have, always will. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, yourself?
Rancher Lonnie Silvas has spent a lifetime around horses. He didn't yet know her vision was impaired, but he did sense there was something special about Nannette.
This place has got to be relatively new, I
She seemed to be very polite, intelligent, and she knew about horses.
Well, you know, if you need any help around the ranch, just let me know. I'll come and groom for you.
But before Lonnie would accept Nannette's offer to help, he had to make sure his horses would accept her.
A little bit of everything in here.
I put her inside the arena with about 9 of my horses, and immediately she began to show patience.
He said, I judge people by how my horses feel about them.
She was able to get 6 or 7 horses in her own hand at one time without any feed, grain, or anything.
He says, for my horses to react like that with you, that's all I needed to know. He said, you're welcome here. Hello?
A few weeks later, Nannette got an urgent call from Lonnie.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, look, if you just give me about 10 minutes, I'll be right there.
Lonnie told her one of his mares had given birth to twins, a rare occurrence almost always leading to the death of both babies. The mother and second foal had died moments ago. A vet had done all he could to treat the orphaned baby. Now Lonnie needed help feeding her, or she too would die.
Well, my heart was beating out of my chest, and I just raced out there as fast as I could get there.
When we return, Nannette struggles to save the life of this dying orphan. Soon after Nannette Klatt was intuitively drawn to Lonnie Silvas' ranch, he telephoned, desperate for help. The mother and twin of a newborn foal had died in childbirth, and the surviving baby wouldn't feed.
Come on. Show where she's at. She's over here laying down right over here.
Both Lonnie and Nannette knew that without immediate fluids, the little filly wouldn't live long in the California heat.
My greatest fear was that this baby would dehydrate and die within hours, literally. I just knew I needed to be the next best thing to her mother.
Nannette was able to get the little horse to drink from the bottle. Then something remarkable happened.
She came and sat down and put her head in my lap and went to sleep.
I've never seen it before. The bond that Nannette and the baby got right off the bat was just plainly a miracle.
He said he knew right then. As soon as she laid down, put her head in my lap, because I know. He said, I know. And I said, I will raise this baby if you want me to.
I didn't think I had the strength, nor the time, the energy to do what was necessary to keep that horse alive.
I took her home on my lap in the back seat of the car. That's how tiny she was.
Nannette brought the baby to her own empty stable. She named the little horse Tiny Dancer, after her racehorse mother, Band Dancer.
She was just a bag of bones. People looked at her. When I brought her home, they shook their heads because I know what they were thinking, that there was really no hope.
That night, Nannette slept in the barn with Tiny Dancer. It was the beginning of a 3-day around-the-clock vigil.
I slept with her. I ate with her. She was so frail and so tiny that every 20 minutes she'd have a bottle. I gave her my all. Literally, I gave her every bit of me.
Would you like to go back to sleep? Yeah.
Tiny Dancer drew strength from Nannette's loving care. Over the next few weeks, the bottle feedings dropped off to 2 a day. The little filly moved on to solid food, hay for baby horses, and Nannette reluctantly moved back into her house.
It breaks my heart when I have to turn around and walk away. That's the hardest thing for me to do. She's this precious little baby standing out there all by herself.
Nannette still spent all her waking hours with Tiny.
As much of a horse as I could become, I did. I'm the only mother that she knows. She thinks that I am a horse. She doesn't see me any differently. She mirrors herself after me.
But as Nannette watched the young horse begin to find its legs, she noticed something didn't look right.
Twin babies, because they're so compact inside the womb, they have a tendency to be a little crunched up. So she was a little crunched up when she was born. Her little legs were kind of crooked.
Tiny Dancer came from racehorse stock. If her legs did not grow properly, the little filly would never fulfill her destiny. So Nannette spent the next few weeks tirelessly massaging and exercising Tiny's weakened limbs. When Tiny was 8 weeks old, Nannette called the vet for a follow-up exam. It was time to find out if all of her hard work had paid off.
The legs are so strong now.
Excellent.
And really well formed.
Oh, excellent. Nice and straight.
Veterinary technician Victor Bolanos was astounded by Tiny Dancer's condition.
Chances of survival of this horse were really slim. Being a twin, chances are that the animals are going to be a lot underweight. In this case, she was underweight, plus she has a problem with the legs. So this is pretty much a miracle.
Tiny Dancer is now 10 weeks old. As her body grows, so does her distinct personality.
She's a character. She's got a heart this huge. She is so loving. Oh my gosh, you just would not believe how affectionate that little horse is.
Nannette feels a kindred spirit with the young horse.
I have been told my whole entire life, you can't do this, you can't do that, you'll never succeed, you'll never become anything. But I would not give in to that, and I knew that this little baby would not give in to anything too. She's so much like me.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
She brings me joy. I don't think that there's a day that I don't go to bed giggling about something she did during the day. She has so changed my life. Now I know what it fully feels like to totally live. Oh, yes.
But the true test of the bond between this caring woman and special horse is yet to come. When Tiny Dancer is 6 months old, she must return to Lonnie's ranch.
She will go back to him. She will be taught and trained to be a racehorse. And then the icing on the cake for me would be when she retires, for her to live out her last days here with me.
Words can't describe what Nannette did. The fact that she has a future is the same miracle as the fact that she's alive right now and with Nannette.
While Nannette will continue to hold out hope that one day Tiny will come back to her, for now she's content to cherish every moment with her beloved Tiny Dancer.
The rest of her life, the rest of her days, this will always be her home.